cyber crimes against a girl and a woman. Broadly, any crime committed through the computer network is known as cybercrime. As a matter of fact, cybercrime is quickly outdoing the traditional crime because the computers, which are very easily and readily available, have become the most preferred device in the hands of white-collar criminals. Whatever, cybercrime is an unlawful activity through the use of computers as well as other electronic devices and internet by cyber criminals with ulterior motives such as wrongful excessive greed, misuse of weaknesses of a girl and a woman, blackmailing, cyber theft, cyber harassment, pornography, transmission of sexual material, and sex torture. Undoubtedly, cybercrime has thus become the newest crime in the cyber world for the purpose of online gambling, security frauds, unauthorized access, money laundering, providing illegitimate services, anti-social activities, and infringements of human dignity. Generally, cyber crimes are the four tricks which are boldly played by the cyber criminals on the unsuspecting victims who are online over the past few years. In reality, with the modern tool of internet, the abilities of cyber criminals have increased terrifically. So much so, internet threats as well as email harms are continuously advancing. In truth, no one has a right to harm and disgrace the girl and a woman. Much more notably, these days, cyber stalking has become another form of stalking which is used through electronic communications such as internet and email by the disrespectful men to stalk the young girl and a woman. Therefore, girls and women must make their social media matters quite private to avoid anxieties, irritations, fearfulness, nervousness, depression, etc., and report the matter to the police immediately in case need be. It would be better if the young girls and women carry a mobile phone with them all the times for emergency, more particularly when self-restraint is very important. What on earth consequences of cyber crimes on the girls and women victims are extremely devastating and not less shocking due to the disrespectful attitude of white-collar criminals. As such, it is very much imperative that the law enforcement agencies must be greatly strengthened by increasing large number of cyber cells to effectively combat cyber crimes at every level. All the more, our government has launched the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal to enable the girls and women to report all types of cybercrimes. topmost need of the hour is that cyber crimes against the girls and women must be stopped immediately, and as such, the disrespectful men must change their harmful thinking to sincerely respect all the girls and women every time, which of course right now attracts the decent action of devoting their whole energy for carrying out the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman, so that there is no cybercrime against any girl and a woman under any circumstance. Immoral trafficking must be curbed immediately for honorable living of a girl and a woman. Immoral trafficking totally destroys the trafficked victim's life due to the disrespectful attitude of heartless men towards a girl and a woman. Most often, traffickers use a broad range of recruitment methods such as duping, luring, coercion, enticement, false promises, fraud, abduction, abuse of power, manipulation of social as well as economic vulnerabilities, and fake marriages. A girl and a woman are trafficked mostly for sexual exploitation apart from physical and emotional abuse. It is also extremely shocking to observe that the poverty-stricken girl in the prime of youth is forcibly pushed into the sexual exploitation trade. So much so, trafficking in a young girl and a young woman for sexual exploitation is a multi-billion-dollar business despite our government's legislation of Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956. Also, our Constitution of India 1950 through Article 23 prohibits traffic in human beings and forced labor. To a victim of the slave trade, trafficking and prostitution means terrible humiliation, brutality and shame. Thus, it is high time to fully realize that girl and a woman are not objects or toys to play with, more particularly when they are the unfortunate victims of adverse socio-economic circumstances. Overall, the fact is that such devastating immorality can be eliminated only if the law enforcing authorities take extremely severe and speedy legal action against all the erring persons. Apart from this, our government has launched Ujala scheme for combating trafficking, primarily to prevent trafficking for commercial sexual exploitation as well as to make the unfortunate traffic victims as decent members of the society. No matter what, nothing is impossible, and therefore more sincere, powerful and positive efforts by all the concerned, including hard-hearted men, must put into effect the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman so as to eradicate the horrible crime of trafficking once and for all under every circumstance. For curbing immoral trafficking, immediately the erring persons dedicatedly practicing the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman shall definitely enable the girl and a woman to start their life afresh with full respect, honor and dignity every day. situations. Our government in a very helpful way initiated to offer respect to a woman victim of unfortunate circumstances who is in need of institutional support for rehabilitation by presenting the Savadhar Gas Scheme. Broadly, the Savadhar Gas Scheme outlines arrangement for the food, clothing, health, medical treatment and shelter as the case may be for a woman victim of difficult events. It is quite noteworthy that this scheme includes aged women, destitute women and widows to enable them to regain their emotional strength as far as possible. Above and beyond, our government's Savadhar Gas Scheme also provides respect to a woman victim of unfortunate circumstances with legal aid and assistance to enable her to take steps for her readjustment in the family. If need be, the said scheme also rehabilitates the unfortunate victim economically as well as emotionally to enable her to start her life afresh with dignity. Thus, all this very clearly portrays that our government is doing a grand noble work by timely giving proper respect to a woman victim of unfortunate situations. Government banks truly need to perform, always be respectful to a girl and a woman, including an elderly woman of above 70 years of age. Generally, an elderly woman of above 70 years of age does not know how to handle the ATM card or debit card or credit card or any other digital card accurately and safely. Furthermore, an elderly woman of above 70 years of age also does not know how to properly operate important functions of the mobile, computer or laptop and thus remains worried about consumer frauds. Since having no other viable option, the elderly woman customer had to personally visit her government bank branch either for withdrawal of cash from her account or for deposit of cash in her account or for any other important work in the government bank branch. However, the elderly woman customer, while entering her government bank branch, instantly faces unbearable harassment in her government branch due to crowded queues as she cannot evidently stand in the queue for a long time, more particularly when there is no separate queue or no separate help desk for senior citizens in the government bank branch. In such an extremely backbreaking as well as heartbreaking situation in the government banks, especially for an elderly woman, the government banks ought to give respect to an elderly woman customer under every circumstance. So the government banks, as far as possible, should ensure that the staff of the government banks must never be rude to the elderly woman customer, for which the government banks should understand that humanity is always greater. Much more notably, almost all the non-government private banks provide a separate counter or separate help desk, particularly for their senior citizen customers in their branch to ensure that there is absolutely no harassment to them. More especially, non-government private banks do provide wholehearted great respect to their elderly women customers in every manner. In this way, all the government banks must also extend proper respect to their elderly women customers, more particularly when the elderly women customers are never burdensome and never troublemakers to the government bank branch. All the more so, the government banks must also generally try to understand the true reality that an elderly woman customer has given her whole life for the progress of her children, her family, and for the country as a whole, and especially bearing this in mind, all the government banks, as far as possible, must not disrespect an elderly woman of above 70 years of age in any manner. Morally, the government banks are to devote their broadest attention on top priority to the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman, especially an elderly woman of above 70 years of age. So, with genuine attempts of the government banks for the noble humanitarian task to keep in line with the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman to provide a separate counter for the senior citizens, or at least arranging a separate queue for the elderly woman of above 70 years of age in the government banks shall definitely help the elderly woman to get her financial work done from the government bank branch without disrespect and without any harassment to live her elderly life happily with dignity. Our government's respect to a single mother. Our government has given a great respect to a single mother by appropriately amending the passport process rules. That is, now the name of the mother can be directly mentioned in the application form for passport. Evidently, such simplified passport process clearly portrays our government's true respect to a single mother. Undoubtedly, with such significant amendment in the passport rules, these days a woman does not have to depend upon her husband for passport application, as she does not have to provide the certificate of marriage or divorce during application. Let the light of knowledge spread and illuminate the dark corners. Thus, most righteous point to start is the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman. In rape, the rapist robs the girl victim or a woman victim of the priceless possession of her dignity. Also, rape is totally destructive of whole personality of the raped girl or a raped woman victim. Since rape is a violation of the private person of a girl victim or a woman victim, it is undoubtedly a very serious crime against basic human rights, which includes the right of the rape victim to live with human dignity and peace. Apart from this, rape puts an end to the total psychology of a raped girl or a raped woman and also places her into extreme emotional crisis. Furthermore, the raped girl or a raped woman not only suffers the serious humiliation of rape, but also the mental shock of rape day after day. That is why rape is the most highly hated crime along with horrible tears of the rape victim. Thus, every care must be taken that the raped girl or a raped woman should not be blamed for the crime of rape committed on her by the offender, more especially when the raped girl or a raped woman was absolutely not at fault. So here notably, no one should hold the raped girl or a raped woman responsible for the rape, and as such, the stigma attached to rape must be removed. All the more, the raped girl or a raped woman should not be made to feel that it is her own fault that she got raped. Rather, the raped girl or a raped woman very much needs sympathy, support, help, and positive counseling. Whatever, it is very much imperative that the disrespectful boys and men must understand that no of a girl or a woman strictly means no. Never take a girl or a woman for granted. But all the boys and all men are not same, and as such, all the disrespectful boys and men in particular must have to first change their destructive mentality to become totally respectful, to treat every girl and a woman with full respect, honor, dignity, politeness, kindness, and caring. For this to happen practically in every manner, then every boy and a man must have to sincerely dedicate their whole energy, heart and mind on every lovely morning of the day to the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman under any circumstance, so that each girl and a woman are totally safe, courteous, comfortable and happy. In this way, devotedly practicing the best respectful vision of always be respectful to a girl and a woman by the disrespectful boys and men day in day out shall naturally reduce the crime of rape in the society, which will also enormously reduce the loads of cases of the already overburdened courts. I, with the greatest respect, wholeheartedly salute to every girl and every woman in the whole world. Thanks for watching this video of Always Be Respectful to a Girl and a Woman series. Indeed, your watching my whole video contributes to the respect that must be accorded to all girls and women. Please continue to keep watching my further next videos of Always Be Respectful to a Girl and a Woman series. Thanks.